Alrighty, next one up is the pilot episode of The Sopranos. In the pilot, New Jersey mob boss Tony Soprano begins seeing psychiatrist Dr. Jennifer Melfi after experiencing a panic attack, which he initially dismisses but struggles to understand. As he recounts his stressful home life, his failing marriage, and the pressures of his criminal dealings, he uses coded language for his mafia activities. The episode introduces Tony's complicated relationships with his family and crew, including his resentful Uncle Junior and his impulsive nephew Christopher, setting the stage for a life defined by conflicting loyalties to his family and his anxieties. Man, for Sopranos, I thought the pilot episode was great. I love the character style study it does with the lead character, Tony. I like the interactions with the therapist and the humanization of the mob boss style character like Tony. It showcases a character who has defined himself as like a person who kind of like acts accordingly to, I guess, how the past world was, and is having a lot of trouble facing the changing landscape that like is modern times. His guilt is shown well with him fighting with his emotions when it comes to like being the rough, brutal mob boss, but also like balancing the family man lifestyle, because we definitely see a lot of the family dynamic as well right here from the beginning. So that's going to show you that we're going to get both. We're going to, get a lot of like, family drama stuff, work drama stuff, drama stuff with the psychiatrist, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of violence, action, and some setup when it comes to like the mob dealings and what they're doing, introducing the other characters in the mix. A bit rushed and all over the place. Characters not fully fleshed out yet, but it is a pilot with a lot of moving parts. We'll get even more into a lot of moving parts with pilots when it comes to Oz here in a bit. But that can give us, quite a bit to look forward to with interesting characters and dynamics going on and where things are going to go and how all this is going to lay out. So I don't mind it. Yeah, and I really see why the creators of Breaking Bad were inspired by the cinematic aspects of the show. Man, it's shot very well with great attention to detail with the cinematography and whatnot. Very ahead of its time with the way it's shot, different cinematography techniques and whatnot. Definitely one of those shows that kind of paved the way for what these TV dramas became, and then kind of a new evolution of the way they were shot and the way they were taken a bit more serious. But yeah, great atmosphere right off the bat with the pilot here for Sopranos. Feels like something right out of like Goodfellas or Casino. Definitely shares DNA with that kind of stuff. So they nail that, obviously. I mean, we get characters just chewing the scenery to bits here already. So I love that kind of stuff. I'm a big mob movie fan anyways, so super excited to get back into Sopranos. It's one I've seen most of. I never did finish it, and I saw it a long time ago. I mentioned this in another video, but I watched Sopranos on DVD from Blockbuster. So I was renting them. I think at some point they didn't have the DVD I needed next, so I got something else, and I just never returned to the series. But here we are. It's in the watch block. We're going to chug through the whole series, and super excited to get into it because it's one I've always wanted to return to and just rewatch and finish and do reviews for and stuff anyways. So here we are. But yeah, a really fun pilot that sets up the world in a great way. It shows us a lot of different things. Like, we get the therapist thing. That's something that you don't see a lot in mob stuff. You don't see a lot of mob characters dealing with their feelings or anything like that. The ducks, the duck symbolism, a lot of cool symbolism here too. Shows a lot of attention to detail with the script and the writing and the story and where this thing's going to go. We also get iconic opening and closing shots that really tie this thing together. Not only as a great pilot episode, but as a great piece of like standalone content on its own as well. Again, feeling like something like Goodfellas or Casino, but with like a little extra sprinkle of something different. A little bit more depth, I guess you could say. So yeah, man, definitely stoked to get into the series. Stay tuned for more.